Tales of Myth and Mayhem tell stories for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Please look after yourself. You see one of them bite at someone's face and pull their nose. You see the other ones with this balm all over them wrap chains around people and pull them towards this table, this altar in the middle. And you cannot take it in. Daisy, I'd like you to keep it together as well as you hear Barbie Girl, because fair enough.
I mean, yeah, that tracks. Yeah, that was a 16, a success.
You keep it together, 16. Daisy, you hear this, and you know, you had your suspicions anyway. You know, your friend hasn't been back. You just didn't think it would be like this. Didn't think it would be this quickly. The song Barbie Girl kind of makes it a little bit absurd as well. You look back, you see this, and you see them start to move off, and you push your way through quickly. The couple that were having sex are scrambling up, wondering what the fuck's going on. There's no sight of Buck or Annabelle at the moment. As you're crawling through, you see blood on the floor. It's dried, it's old, but it's unmistakably blood.
And then keep on moving through the room if I can.
Annabelle, Buck, you two have got somewhere quiet, closed off, dark. You're doing whatever it is the two of you decided to do.
I still think the whole time that we got there and even into the room, and even if we were in the process of declothing to a degree, I think the whole time, like, he is just like still babbling like fast and incoherently, and just like constantly saying, "You like barbecue? You like, when we go back, we could try Franklin's." And then, like, he's just like listing all these different places in Austin that, like, "Oh, we should go do this, and we should go that. You like graffiti? Oh, we can go to the free. As he just say, like, it continues to like just do that the whole time, and it's just this like frantic, like, to the point where it's sort of annoying. If that's, yeah, it's definitely kind of like, to a degree, I think, sort of mood killing, but he's still kind of like obsessed with it because I think the meth is kind of kicking in now, and so he's just sort of like really starting to feel it, and like he's not, and doesn't have like the wherewithal of that, and it's just like energy.
And I would say Annabelle has been kind of humming for most of it. But I would say as we're kind of progressing along, she's sort of doing a little bit of like almost kind of putting her hand over your mouth, like as if it's in the moment, but it's really because you were right on. It was kind of killing the mood a little bit for her. And so it's kind of, she's just putting her hand over your mouth. And yeah, that's definitely how she's kind of responded to that energy.
We don't need to RP it, but you two got there a little bit before this all started, so maybe you're in the middle of her, maybe you're still just making out and heavy petting, is when you hear, I mean, it's not loud, you hear a scream, but it's followed by another scream, and the music, you can't quite hear it doesn't sound good, but the mood seems to have changed back there.
Somebody must be getting into a fight or something going on back there. Ugh, whatever. And Annabelle's just sort of
Federales?
Waving it off.
It needs the Federales. The Federales?
No. And we wouldn't be in trouble if they were. It's fine. It's fine. And Annabelle is trying to keep Buck focused.
You're right. We're American. He's right.
Exactly. We're not going to be in trouble at all. Kind of the insinuation of like, we're white, we're fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he doesn't insinuate. He just says it.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
Yeah. And so she's definitely kind of turning his face back to her, like attention.
His head still turns. It's like trying to brush a dog's teeth or something like that. You get like, what? That's essentially what it is with him. And he just comes up with different things it could be. It's like, it's probably that Octavio. He probably came back. I told you we couldn't trust him. I told you.
A flash of light from outside kind of illuminates the room a little bit, and you'd been able to view some of this stuff before, but you can see that it's rows of beds, like a barracks. There's foot lockers, each one. You hadn't really noticed. You hadn't gone far into the room when you got in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Annabelle looks to see that there's beds and we're like there's like a wall and floor, and so she just sort of like looks like, oh, that would be way more comfortable than the floor.
He looks and he looks and he looks, and then he like does a squat and tries to like carry them both over at the same time, like waddling over in this completely unimpressive waddle to try to get over these beds, still with his cowboy hat on.
Of course.
Annabelle, I would like you to give me a keep it together roll, and then I'll tell you what you see.
Okay, so that is a 13.
Between two of the beds, just in another flash, you see it's certainly a person. Are staring at you with wide eyes. They are naked, but they are extremely thin. Do you become scared, sad, angry that someone's here watching you, guilt-ridden?
I would say at that, Annabelle will grab the hat off of Buck's head and sort of cover herself with it. Wait, go find your own. Go find your own place to be.
You hear a gasp. And they move. They need to hold on to the side of the bed to pull themselves out to come towards you. But you notice them as well, but you are way too fucked. I need to keep it together here. Mm-hmm. It looks... Shoot, fly. Go. Closer it gets, the more desiccated it looks. It's staring at you and trying to say something, you think, but nothing's coming out.
So Annabelle has had this sort of crossbody bag on her that, like, she still has that on her, and so she's kind of fumbling in it a bit. She has some pepper spray in that, and so she's like, as this individual gets closer, she's gonna kind of hold out the pepper spray. You go away. Go find somewhere else to be.
Help. And it collapses onto the ground. Daisy, you hear something smack against the barrier. You see some of it move. You're skittering back. The couple that are there are asking you desperately, what's going on? Music hasn't stopped.
And out of like being scared and kind of just babbling, she's just rattling off things like, I don't know, I read that there's like an increase in organ trafficking that happens near tourist sites at spring break. Maybe it's something to do with that.
But the guy starts going, yeah, I've heard it as well. I've heard of it as well. And the girl's just freaking out, putting her clothes back on. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't want to just stop here. I want to carry on going and see if we can find another exit further back, or a window, or anything that's like openable. I want out of this building.
So you've seen the map. The light's still shining in a little bit. Which way do you want to go, left or right?
Okay, so I'm going to push further into the back of the building if I can.
Mm-hmm. So heading right to the back, so heading this way?
Towards that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Rosa, the woman you were speaking to, the woman in green, the woman that was flirting with you but doing an absolutely terrible job with you, is running towards you. And you're still freaked out by this, and you see someone stand behind her with a hammer and bring it down on her head. I'm not going to make you roll again for the moment because you're still in shock from before.
Yeah.
But this kind of shakes you out your reverie as you hear her neck snap as she falls forward and you see this bestial grin on this person. What do you want to do?
Just kind of back. I have no idea. I'm not looking behind me to make sure I'm not bumping into anyone or anything. I'm just kind of taking steps backing away from the scene. What the fuck?
Roll to avoid harm, please, so that you don't trip on anything and break yourself.
Yeah, that is a 21 success.
You almost trip over something or someone, but you're quite nimble on your feet as you feel it, and then just move your foot quickly, and you're able to get back. You're now against the... Where are you? We'll say you're over here.
Okay. Sort of reflexively, I'm going to look over the crowd for Petra.
You don't see Petra at the moment.
Okay.
But it's very difficult to see anything at the moment.
Yeah.
These things have moved out. What you do see is where the table was brought out to. You see people are being dragged there by these people with the BAM in their bodies.
Okay.
Two of them are starting to dance around them, chant something.
Holy fuck. Okay. I'm gonna start yelling for Petra. I'm gonna start yelling her name.
You start yelling for Petra. One of these massive knots of scars, turns to face you. You see a grin on its face, has a baseball bat in its hand. It starts to walk towards you.
I'm gonna start running to the nearest exit.
Exit, you do not see an exit. You know that the doors down the bottom are locked. You saw them do that. The table would be probably here.
Okay.
The dance floor is now covered in blood.
Can I run to the upstairs office? Is that the only sort of... Because my intention really is to just put distance between me and this place. So I'm okay to run upstairs to the office if that's the only option.
Okay, you want to head to the office, then give me an avoid harm, please.
Okay. Yeah, it's just about physical distance at this point. 15 success.
You sprint out from where you are. You head towards the stairs. As your feet land on it, it's kind of rickety, the flaking, rusty. The guards that were standing there aren't there anymore.
Okay. Is there a door or anything? Is there...
Up the stairs, there is a door, yes.
Okay. Can I try to open it and push my way inside?
You certainly can. Just give me a wee second because I didn't think anyone would go for the office. So the door opens, no problem. There is no one in there anymore. It is filled with very fancy, overstuffed furniture.
Okay.
There's some ashtrays there. You can see the Pringles packets, empty cans of soda, coffee cups.
I'm just gonna go into the door, close it behind me, and just kind of slump right in front of the door and pull out my cell phone.
You slump in front of the door, and I want you to roll see through the illusion, please.
Okay. 10 success with complications. You see reality, but also affect the illusion. The GM chooses one. Something senses you, or the illusion tears around you.
The illusion begins to tear. As you're looking across, you see a painting. It seems similar to the cloth that had been draped across the altar. It's a young woman, blonde hair, flowing, blood streaming down her face. The barbed crown sinking into it. And there's a smile there. And you hear her say, "Be my queen. Rule as you wish. Be with whomever you wish. Give me the heads of the priests and their ignorant flock." And then everything goes dark. Daisy, where are you?
At the back of the building, heading further towards the back of the building.
You can feel the searing heat coming from a room towards the back, so the northwest. You pass by a room that is filled with machinery, none of it moving. It's dark, just as flashes of light that you're getting. There's no lightning outside. As you enter the incinerator, the crematorium, you see... Give me a keep it together roll, please.
Yeah, absolutely. 14.
14. You see 25 corpses. You think it's 25, you don't actually stop and count them. They're piled around the room. You can feel the furnace burning, you can smell the death there. You see through the small glass door in the furnace, there's bodies already burning in there. The bones are blackened. You can see the heat shimmering on it. So lower your, your...
Stability.
Stability, and how do you react to this?
Scared.
You're scared, and you hear behind you crashing as the barriers are torn down. And that's also what you hear, Annabelle and Buck. The sound of the barriers being torn down. The music has now stopped, although you couldn't hear it properly anyway, but you can still hear screams. You can hear ululations, you can hear absolute joy.
Has that one body done anything else? That one desiccated body near us done anything more?
No, it's about to, but that's you hear that.
Okay.
The body in front of you, because I didn't actually forget about the body, but I did, kind of. You take out your pepper spray, I said. Are you going to spray it at it or just threaten?
If it continued to come towards us, I was going to spray it. So if it got in range of where the spray would hit, she would spray.
It's trying to crawl towards you. Give me reflexes, please. So avoid harm it would be, but to spray it, because I don't think violence would be the right thing to do.
It's a 12. Success with complications.
You managed to spray it, get it in the eyes, but Buck was kind of to the side and it splashed a little bit in Buck's eyes as well. And you see just in one eye, it looks like he's tearing up. The thing on the floor collapses.
Watch where you're spraying.
Sorry. I was trying to get that away from us. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
What? Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's just a little pepper spray. It's fine. I've had worse. What is that thing? Oh, good.
I don't know. That's.
It's on the floor, holding its eyes. It sounds like it might be sobbing. You look at it, and there's no tears coming out. This thing's obviously dehydrated. It's still trying to say what sounds like maybe help.
So, I like to think that, if this is okay, Melissa, that we almost got there. And I like to think that Buck has taken his jeans off and he's got his vest on still, his cowboy hat that you stole from. And maybe he's got like a tight underwear is more like Longhorn, like the Longhorn state flag. Like it's like the state of Texas flag. And so that's what he's kind of standing there. And he's still got he still has his cowboy boots on too. So I don't know how that happened, how he got the jeans off that way, but like whatever.
It's a skill.
Yeah. And so like he's gonna just like with his boot just kind of like poke the head of it, be like, fella, this is what's called cock blocking, and I don't care for it. Go ahead and get on out of here. And so he's just kind of like
Go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
At that point, something swings open the door. The lights go on in the room. You're blinded for a moment, and you both see one of these people. And well, it's probably not, maybe only 5'6" or something, but it's about double the width of you, and muscles coming out in places where muscles should not come out of. Face is twisted into a rictus grin. It has a very large hammer in its hand. The body is just so covered in scars, it doesn't look human anymore.
And Annabelle is just sort of disgusted at this point. She's like, this is not how this was supposed to go. This is not how this was supposed to go. And she's like trying to like kind of put her shirt back on and just get behind Buck.
Yeah, Buck has definitely stepped in front of her, and like with his one eye, because one of his eyes is still burning from the pepper spray. And so like between the pepper spray, like it's kind of maybe slightly blurry for him. And so he's still trying to like make out what he's seeing to a degree. And he's just like, boy, looks like you're overcompensating for something. You better get your ass out of here and leave us alone. And he's going to act the tough guy right now.
You say that to the thing. It doesn't appear to react to it at all. It just starts to walk towards you, dragging its sledgehammer behind it.
I ain't gonna warn you twice. This is grade A Texas beef here. You better get on out of here.
The hammer is raised.
Get back there. Get back.
You got this. You got this.
So, God dang it. So with Annabelle like egging him on, then he'll just go and try to tackle it. He'll like rush in and like try to tackle it as it's coming at the two of us.
Give me a violence roll, please.
All right.
I will give you a +1 for the myth.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. You see, drugs are good, right?
The more you know.
Well, just wait till you get to the keep it together stuff. That's going to be completely different.
Oh, well, that's no fun. Success with complications.
You managed. What were you trying to do? You were trying to tackle it to the ground?
Tackle it, essentially like taking him to the ground, potentially leaving an opening for Annabelle to get out.
You don't manage to tackle it to the ground, let's say. You do less damage than 10. You do manage to push it off balance and away from the door.
Okay.
But at the same time, it grabs hold of you. Annabelle, are you taking advantage of this to run?
I would say that she would sort of grab all of their stuff. So she's like showing Buck that she's got his jeans because that's a really important thing right now. And so she's kind of grabbing that stuff up and then seeing if she can kind of sidle around. And she's still like, she's got the, kind of clothing over one arm and pepper spray in the other. And so she's just like pepper spraying in the general direction of this one that just came in the door.
You're spraying the pepper spray.
I feel like that's going to hit me too because I've like pinned it against the wall. His other eye goes up.
You can give me another reflex roll with a -1 because you're just spraying. No, give me coolness. Act under pressure. There we go. That'd be better.
Okay, so you want an under pressure?
Act under pressure, yeah. So coolness down the bottom left.
Oh, dear. That's a 2.
You have everything gathered up into your arms. You have the pepper spray still in your hand. The desiccated person is reaching out towards you, grabs hold of your leg as you try to run, and you twist and fall, and you will take 1 harm as your ankle becomes sprained, twisted. You fall to the ground, letting go of your pepper spray. Daisy, these bodies, this stench.
Yeah, this is not a nice place.
It's in your nose. You hear the breaking of the barriers from behind. You hear more and more screams. What would you like to do?
Is there any sense of a way out further along here? Or am I going to have to double back and go past the heated rooms?
You see nothing here. There are doors and they're all sealed up, chained up. Some of them are welded. You might be able to get out through one of the windows with enough time. They do look kind of rusted, maybe.
I'm going to have a shot at one of the windows.
Right. I would like you to give me let's do violence again.
Oh, okay, this could go either way. It went 17, which is a success.
Nice.
So despite the fact these bodies here and this stench, this feeling of death, all of the noise behind you, or maybe because of all of that, you manage to get up on a crate or two. You get to where one of the windows is, and these the old bars on the window. You work at it and you're working at it, and you know, as if someone was trying to put a fucking vaccine in your arm, and you pull one of them out. You hear it clang, drop to the ground, and it's just enough room for you to squeeze out into the air. You pull yourself out, and you hear, is it your grandmother, your mother? What are you up to, you silly, silly girl?
I'm leaving the building. What does it look like I'm doing?
Exactly, you're no rebel. Run back to your mum.
What, you'd rather I stayed in there and went against a hammer? They were killing people. Did you know they were screaming?
We'll keep it together, please, as you're hearing these voices and then conversing with them completely normally.
Yeah, this is absolutely fine. I've just been on mushrooms and...
That's true, actually. This is true.
I can never keep it together when it's important.
I wonder why.
Oh dear, that's a 5.
So we're going to go with a -4 here because everything is too much.
Thanks, love that for me.
I know. The overbearing voice of your grandmother telling you the horrific dead bodies, the piling of dead bodies. I mean, you've seen dead bodies before. You're a medical student. You're probably more inured to death than the rest of them, but this is something else. And those things back there, you're out in the air, the wind is howling, you can feel the sand rip into your face, and it's just too much. Rosa, the picture's no longer smiling at you. You hear the door begin to open. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and barricade it. Like push back against it. Someone's in here.
Give me a reflexes roll, please. As you try to scramble to push something in front of the door. You scramble up, you push this couch towards the door, you ram it against it actually heavily, and there's an arm inside the door, and you hear it snap as you notice the tattoo on it. There's one that Petra has had for...
Oh fuck, I'm so sorry.
That was a 12, sorry, so success with complications.
Oh Jesus.
She screams, Let me in, they're killing everyone.
Whose tattoo is that?
Petra's.
Yeah.
Are you not letting her in?
No, I'm letting her in.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Gotta say, karma's a bitch, and then push even harder on the door.
She comes in with the very cute girl that was friends with Alicia Teresa. You might have bumped into at some point. They're holding hands, grasped tightly. She's screaming now, rips her hand out from hers, cradling her arm. What the fuck is going on? Did you know this was going to happen? She says to you.
No, she kind of starts to go in for a hug and then notices the head hold. And she's like, just help me get through her. Sorry about your arm.
Fuck. What's going on? Are we going to die? Like, I'm really sorry, Rosa. It's too much for me. It would never have worked.
Really? And as she's kind of pushing the couch against the door, she's like, that way you couldn't even have a fucking conversation with me?
Like, we're different people. I just want to have fun. You want to get all serious. Something bangs against the door. Annabelle, Buck. You're now Buck and this thing are against the wall. It has a kind of barrier, so I grip on you. Roll endure injury, please, as it begins to crush your throat.
All right. 12 successful complication.
So his arms around your neck, much more muscly than yours. Maybe for a second you look at it and go, what's he on? Or, a little bit of envy.
Yeah.
And you feel something crack, but it's not anything broken, or at least you don't think it is, and you fall to the floor. The thing picks up its hammer, takes a step towards Annabelle, and this desiccated thing. You take a serious wound here.
Yeah. All right.
But again, you're on meth, so a lot of pain is not going to bother you as much at the moment.
Plus, I'm grade A Texas beef.
Exactly, yeah. Excellent.
Is it a serious one, right? Yeah.
Serious one, please. Yeah. You're not sure what's happened, but something bad has happened. But, you'll work out later.
Can I, grab the guy's legs as he tries to move towards Annabelle?
You certainly can. Give me a violence, please. Engage in combat.
All right. Success, 18.
Hell yes.
So tell me what you do to him here as he lumbers away from you.
I think I'm just, reaching out. This is American football talk. I apologize. But he's going to try to shoestring tackle him and just grab him by the leg and just kind of pull his leg out and try to drop him. He continues to try to get him to the ground, essentially, so that it leaves Annabelle opportunity to escape.
So his hammer's on the ground. You grab him. You pull him to the ground. We'll say you do him another wound. When he gets there, Annabelle, you are limping, so you've taken a wound as well, but it's not a serious wound. What do you want to do?
So Annabelle had grabbed up Buck's jeans. And I would imagine, Jeff, if you're okay with this, that Buck very likely has a big ass rodeo champion belt buckle.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Texas boy and all.
It's essentially, it's a bedazzled or it's a rhinestone Texas Longhorn symbol, of course, is what it is.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
That's not even far-fetched. I mean, I think that's just I think you get that when you apply to University of Texas. I don't even get to get in. I think you just get
it comes with your acceptance letter. You get the acceptance letter and you get the belt buckle all in one package. Yeah. So that's what she had picked up the jeans. And so she takes kind of, pulls the belt out and just whips it down to hit this individual in the face with this big ass rhinestone belt buckle.
Okay, give me a roll. Let's engage in combat, please.
Okay.
Somehow it's going to hit me.
I'll give you a +1 because he's prone.
Thank goodness, because I've got a -2. So that'll help me a little bit.
Yep. I'm getting the belt buckle to the face. That's what I feel like it's about to happen.
Probably.
Yep.
You didn't fail there.
Okay. I rolled an 8 and a 10.
Since it's basically a crit, describe how this belt buckle, Buck's already done a bit of damage, so we're going to say this takes it out. So describe how this wild hit from your fear takes it out.
So she kind of all in one motion, she kind of grabs the belt by the buckle, pulls it out of the jeans, flips it in her hand so she is grabbing the small side of the belt and just whips it down. And so I'd like to imagine that sort of still left in this individual's face is the imprint of this rhinestone hook'em horn UT symbol in their face.
You see, as it pulls away, first of all, you hear the crack as the bone shatters. You just bring it down with all your might on it, and you do see the very pale skin. There's not, it's the scar tissue. And for a moment it has this, I was going to say in German, Abdruck, imprint of the belt buckle. And you feel a little bit emasculated, Buck, as this girl just took out this beast that you were fighting so hard.
That ain't the order of things. She used my belt buckle, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, at least something. So it was really you doing it. It was your belt buckle. It's
yeah. It's like when you're trying to open a pickle jar and you can't do it and you hand it to somebody else and they open it.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, I loosened it. She wouldn't have been able to hit him.
Exactly.
If he hadn't fallen.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is how he's rationalizing it in his head.
Yeah.
I'm masculine. No limp dick. Just randomly shouts.
She kind of takes the belt buckle and kind of on her, because I imagine she was wearing, something a little more kind of dress-ish, and so she grabs up the bottom of it and kind of wipes the blood off of the belt buckle and then hands you your jeans and belt.
Mm-hmm.
He stands up and he takes a look at it and he feels, there's like a moment where he feels smaller for a second, but then I think the survival lizard part of his brain. So he just drops the jeans on the ground and puts on the belt buckle and he's ready to go. It's like, we got to get out of here.
What the hell is going on?
This is the craziest I've ever been on. They put something in the drugs, clearly. Oh!
Something in the drugs. They put drugs in the drugs. Fuck.
They were supposed to be pure.
Daisy, you have two options here. You have basically escaped.
Whoops.
You have escaped what's going on here. We will narrate what happens to Daisy towards the end.
Oh, okay.
But if you want, you can quickly jump in with her. So just rearrange some of the stats, give me a name for the other character, and take a -5 stability and a serious wound.
I anticipated moving around the building and trying to, see if I could open anything at the other end.
Well, you can do, but everything is completely blocked off. If you really want to try and get back inside, I would say, yeah, we can do that. We will find a way for you to get back in, but it is an absolute slaughterhouse in there. Would Daisy try to do that, or...?
Probably not, to be honest. She was already worried about organ people smuggling stuff, and this looks a lot worse than that. I will find someone else real quick.
Right, so get a name, then decide where they are in the factory.
Are there any places that are no-goes? Like, there's no one still alive here kind of thing?
No, I would say stick to the front, because most people didn't make it to the back.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll go back to Rosa. You, Teresa, and Petra. Then Petra's arm's broken. You still have the after image of that crown and the entreaty to become a queen. And something is banging on the door, pushing. There'll only be another 1 or 2 more pushes till it gets out. The other 2 are screaming, completely fucking useless at the moment. What are you doing?
She's angrily asking Petra to help and trying very hard to keep the barricade in place against the door. All the while sort of yelling at Petra.
Roll violence for me, please. Engage in combat.
Damn it. I have a -1 and I generally roll like crap. 9 failure.
A 9. You push against this, up against the couch, and before it seemed to go magically, you slammed it against the door. Yeah, you did break your ex's arm, but there's always bonuses. This time, you push, and the hands on the other side are, it's like a kid pushing against the mum or dad's feet and just not getting anywhere. The door pushes open, sliding you back with the couch. Petra screams and pushes the girl Teresa towards the door. Take her!
Jesus, Petra!
And you hear a rip, and you see a knife come out the back. Please roll keep it together for your ex being a complete coward and this girl getting eviscerated.
It's either 13 or 14.
Okay, that's don't worry about it. So success with complications. I don't see you getting distracted here. I think scared is probably what it is. So you take your stability down by 1.
Okay.
You're terrified. The blood is spewing out as if it's in a movie. Maybe some part of your brain sees it as being a movie, sees it as some exercise from uni that, maybe you're just so fucking high, it seems so real. Petra is screaming and screaming. This body gets yanked out of the room and thrown to the floor below. The face, it's not quite grinning, but it tilts its head and pushes its way further in.
Can I try to grab Teresa and pull her back?
No, Teresa is gone. She got a knife through her and then thrown to the floor. She is...
Fuck. Okay.
This thing's reaching for Petra. Petra's screaming, shouting, take her, pointing at you.
Petra, what the fuck? I'm gonna look at the desk for a statue or something heavy that could reasonably be a bludgeoning weapon.
There is a very heavy ashtray there.
I'm gonna pick up the very heavy ashtray and take a swing.
Engage in combat, please.
That is a success with the 16.
You make a solid connect with this thing's head and it stumbles backwards out into the catwalk, giving you an opportunity to run by.
Of which I'm gonna do while yelling over my shoulder. I'm gonna finally fucking delete that text.
Petra screams, "You fucking bitch!" And you make your way out towards, well, the chaos.
Can I send a very quick text to Annabelle and Daisy?
No, you can't. Sorry, there's no signal. You can't send any text.
God damn it. And so she's gonna start yelling for Daisy and Annabelle.
You're screaming. There's the people in this BAM looking up towards you. The thing behind you staggers into the office and you hear a scream and several thuds and then nothing else. And Petra, as you're running down the stairs, got your phone out trying to text them. Who are we jumping to now, Loretta?
Okay, meet Ellie Walker, who is an environmental science major.
There we go.
She's been hiding behind the bar.
Ellie, you're hiding behind the bar. You have a hole in your calf where a hook smacked into it. From behind the bar, it gets cold. Very cold. From behind the bar, you had seen, as you peeked over, several of these semi-naked people, or naked people, sorry, they're completely naked, covered in this stuff, with hooks and chains, making their way round the altar, and the counterclockwise. It started off as just 2, there's now 6 of them or something. There's several people, wounded and not in between them. You can see their sweat, their bodies are glistening with sweat. You can hear screams, and everything else starts to go away. It's just screams and cold.
Okay, I need to get out of this room somehow, and I can't see a way to clearly do it. So, should I do like a perception thing?
You can give me a investigate reason, please.
Okay. Yeah, 19, success.
You see that the barricades have been ripped away. From where the bar is, you think in the confusion you might be able to get that way.
And that seems to be the best way to try, so I'm going to try and go that way.
Roll reflex, please. Avoid harm with a -1 because of your leg.
I'm assuming I'm just taking the hook with me rather than trying to remove it.
It's up to you.
Failure! 8.
You start to hobble towards where the barricades were, and you feel your other leg get pierced by another hook, and you're slowly being pulled by some person caked in blood and some oily substance. It smells of aniseed. It's pulling you slowly along the ground, laughing, cackling. You've been listening to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. You can find all the links to find us in the description. Hope you enjoyed yourself.